eyes. See, my brains beat Joe Frazier. Outthink Ken Norton. I plan my fight round by round. First round, I might say, well, I won't knock him out. He won't knock me out. But I'll get the most jabs in. I'll keep my distance. I'll get the most points in. I'll win that round. Second round, I'll just take my time. I'll stick him. Pop, pop, keep moving. Move on Foreman. Keep moving because he can't move. Keep moving. He'll be trying to corner me, cut the ring off, tack him. Pop, 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 pop. Back him up, time up. Pop, pop. Won the second round. Then he's getting worried. Oh, I gotta get him. He's starting to drop his bombs. Make him tire himself out. Whatever happens, I win the most rounds. See, I outthink a man. See, the matador beats the bull. The bull is the strongest. Bull hits the hardest, but the matador is the smartest. Man conquered all the beasts in the jungles, got them in cages, but the beast can whoop the man. See, it's the brains. Man got me here in a few hours on the jumbo jet. Man didn't pick the jet up and carry it, just threw it through the air. But man's brains made the engine and the pistons and put it together. See, my brains will offset this mummy. Be at the theater early because this man I'm gonna retire. If you think I whoop Sonny Liston, you wait till I get George Foreman. He talks too much, he's ugly, he's pretending I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me. And all you people in Britain who rank me as the greatest, I'm gonna prove I'm the greatest. I'm gonna prove to you I'm the greatest. We're gonna prove to the world I'm the greatest. This is my last fight. I don't want none of you to miss it. So please come to the theaters. I'm going to eat some raw meat and I'm going to train. I'm going to get ready and chop some more trees.
The greatest mountain that a person can conquer in life is their mind. Once a person becomes the master of their mind, they become the master of their life. You see, reality is binary. We either write our own script or we follow what society dictates to us. We are exactly what we choose to be, especially when it comes to success. Because success does take time. Whatever endeavor that you are undertaking, it will take a while before you get the results that you desire. But you don't have to make it longer than it should be. You can either spend 20 years to get there, or you can spend 5. It's all up to you. There are a few things that can accelerate the process if you want to follow them diligently. These are the principles of accelerating the process. First, you have to be quick with action. You have to stop putting things off. You have to do things now. You have to do it today. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for how you feel. You have to do it today. You have to take shots and take many of them. If it doesn't work, you know what exactly to do. And then you go on to the next act. And you also have to avoid analysis paralysis, because life is like a game of chess. It's like a classic, rigid game, but you do have to play for the long term. But make your moves quick, or else you'll run out of time. And you have to forget about the results that you want. They don't matter at the moment. You have to focus on what you have to get done now, and forget about the results that you want. They don't matter. You have to focus on what you have to do to get those results. And you have to think about this. How much suffering are you willing to take on? What do you have to sacrifice to get what you want? You have to focus on that. And if you have to change directions, you have to change them fast. You don't want to wait after 10 years of trying a changed direction. You have to test the waters and see what works. The world is insanely fast now. You can get feedback within a year, and if you're not in the right direction, you have to swerve, just like dieting. If you haven't seen any results in the last 6 months, if you haven't seen any noticeable change, then you're doing the wrong thing. You don't need to continue that same diet for the next 6 years. You have to be quick with adjusting on time. So speed is very vital. Speed is underrated when it comes to getting things done. I always emphasize on getting mechanical things done as quickly as possible while focusing on the organic ones.
Sometimes we say that the body is something very physical. Yeah? So physical in terms of you can see it, there's nothing like that you need to imagine. We all have a body. But now when we say mind, okay, but how can I show you my mind right now? The only thing that you see is the body. But we still talk about, yeah, but there is this mind. So in our tradition we say yes, because the mind is something that has no form. The body is the representation of form. So we have something formless and we have a form. And what is happening in between, what is connecting the formless with the form, that is the breath. This is why the breath is so powerful, because when we are connecting our mind where the breath is, yeah, where, like I told you in the beginning, you need to focus the mind in this area, and then you feel the breath fill up. And when the air enters out or leaves the body again, you also follow with the mind. So that means we are using the breath like an intermediate between the mind and the body. And yes, you said harmony of body and mind is important. So how do we achieve it? Finding that one aspect which is connecting them.
Our attitude towards life determines life's attitudes towards us. It's like cause and effect. You see, life is like an internal, everlasting chess tournament. And you have multiple games which constitute a tournament. In chess, we inevitably are controlled with various challenges and obstacles. If you lose a piece or make a wrong move, then what choice do you have? If you lose control of yourself, if you become excessively reactive or emotional about it, you will end up losing in the game. You must see the bigger picture while you're playing. You have to see from a zoomed out perspective, from a long-term line, like a bird's eye view, because this is the beauty of it. Life is not a single game tournament. It consists of multiple games, and you will have multiple opportunities to rectify your mistakes. However, you should not take these things for granted and appropriately value them. You have to think of what next move you want to make. You can't change the move that has already occurred, and there's no benefit in regretting the actions that you have already taken, because you'll lose sight of what lies ahead of you. Also, you must realize that venturing into territory of anxious implications has unfavorable consequences. For instance, by listening to me right now, you can't think, I should not worry at all. I should not be anxious at any cost. If you think those thoughts, this leads to forcing an idea upon yourself, as opposed to making yourself a conduit for these ideas to embody you. This is an essential distinction to understand. If you become anxious about being anxious, then you'll induce panic attacks and your situation will only get worse. If you get nervous about being nervous, then you'll panic and react from extremely emotional standpoint. The greatest players are those who deeply understand the game itself. If you understand something as opposed to knowing it or enforcing it by force, you will not create self-conflict and dissonance, and this leads to serenity. And This gives you space to own your mind and to think more creatively. When you're worrying or overthinking or become anxious or stressed, think about it. Can I do something about my situation? Can I change it for the better? If yes, then do that. It's all about maximizing your strategy and implementation. We often fail to comprehend, and most of the times we overlook our mistakes.
Nick the Stoic.